Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to see on how to apply the filter to our specification, and you're going to filter for types and blends, and you can add other criteria that you want. And to do that, I'm going to first see what we're going to be needing in here. And whenever you're going to use the filter, you're going to use the where keyword. And when you go back into the specification evaluator, you can see that we have this where into these criteria, and you're going to use the same approach here so as to be able to go and get the product or the other things that you can need to return by using now the filtering, and we filter by using the where. And inside our product controller we need to add other parameters and next to the sort, and these parameters are going to be optional. I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to say that you're going to get the int of optional of the brand ID, and also the int which is optional of the type ID, and we're going to be filtering by brand ID and the type ID. And inside also this specification, I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add both the brand ID, and also I'm going to add the type ID. Okay, and after doing this, it's now time to go inside our product with types and the brand specification. I'm going to go to the definition, and in here we're going to go ahead and provide this inside our parameter. So I'm going to say int optional of now the brand ID, and also the int optional of the type ID. Rock this one. And after doing this, we're going to add this. We're going to bring this down, and I'm going to say base, and in here this is where we're going to add now the criteria that we need to based on where you're going to filter. And I'm going to say, I'm going to press enter as we're going to get some lot of thing in here, and I'm going to say x goes to, and in here as we're going to be having more than one, I'm going to go ahead and add the parentheses, and I'm going to first check if now the brand ID dot as value. If you're having value, I'm going to go ahead and say x dot product brand ID will be equal to brand ID. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on the second one, and I'm going to be explaining what I'm doing. So I'm going to say that type ID that has value, and if it does, I'm going to say x dot product type ID. This is going to be equal to type ID. Okay, and when we use expression like this one, we're going to be saying that if not, we're having this blends that has value. When you use this negation or this not, it means that whenever we see that this is not false, we're going to be executing this on the right side. So whenever we see that this is not having the value, it's not going to do anything. This is now the expression that we need to understand, because sometimes it gets like confusing and you don't know what is going on here. And that simply means that whenever this side is not true, you're going to go ahead and execute this. So if you don't have this, if this is not if this is a false, of course you're going to execute this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and test if this is working. Make sure you don't have any error inside the product controller as we were adding these other parameters, and you can see that this is fine. I'm going to start my server, and you can go ahead and test. So I'm going to go into the API project, then .NET learn, and once you go back into the Postman and try to get the product by brand, you can see that we're having the brand ID as a 3, and this is now a query, and I'm going to go ahead and click on send, and in this case we are getting all the product with the brand ID of 3, which is now the default. In this case, you can go ahead and change. For example, I can add the 1 in here, and you can see that we're getting all the product with the brand as Nike. And you can do the same for the type. I'm going to go to the type, and in the type you can see that I'm having type ID as a 3. So whenever I click on send, it's going to return all the product with the type ID of 3, which is now the electronics as now the type. You can see that I'm having this as electronics. Whenever I input, for example, one again, you can see that I'm going to be having the product type as smartphones. You can see that I'm having these are smartphones. And this is simply how you can add now the filter functionality on your API. And as I was saying back in the videos, you can go ahead and add other functionalities about the filter as you want. And I hope you will perform better in this one. So this is now the end of this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and press the like button. And in the next video, we are going to look all about pagination. And I wish you to keep in touch and we'll see on how to implement that. So from now until next time, stay cool and peace.